Let's 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes.
You.
Oh, I win. Okay.
Oh dear.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 49. That is 1 away from 50.
1 away from 50 for those people who... What?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
I thought you were letting me do the intro.
I was.
Welcome to episode 49 of the M&T podcast.
I thought you were going to include the beginning bit, so I was going to say, for those people that are just listening, we did just rock, paper, scissors for who got to do it.
Yes, we did. If you watched on YouTube, we rock, paper, scissors.
Sorry, that was my bad.
We'll rock, paper, scissors next week as well, because next week is episode 50. We talk a lot about next week's pod in this pod, but this pod, we talk about... Asparagus and the impact it has on the human anatomy.
We also talk a
lot about Pikes.
Obviously. We talk about how we've changed in the last 49 weeks.
Here's a question for you. Of the two of us, which do you think would be the angel and which would be the devil sat on your shoulders?
That is the first thing that comes up.
We talk about that straight away, but have a think. Which do you think would be which?
So yeah, I think it's a really good episode. I very much enjoyed it. If you didn't know already, we record the intro after we've done the actual episode. So
that's how intros work.
Oh,
that's how you do them,
Not
because that way you can actually sum up.
Yeah, well. Anyway,
before we do go in, because people may get bored halfway through and switch us off. It is important that we stress that next week's episode is the last of the season. It's a special. It's episode 50. It's our anniversary. It's taking place at Pikes. We really, really want stories, questions, anything that you want to send them through to us. We have an email address, themandtpodcast@gmail.com. We talk about it a little bit more in the episode, but please, if you've got anything you want to send through, we're going to fit as much of it into next week's pod as is possible.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear from you. So do not be scared. Anybody is welcome to send us stuff.
Absolutely. And yeah, I guess then we'll see you
in the episode. Let me finish my drink.
Crack on, though. Hello, Puppet.
All right, sunshine?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm not bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pod over.
Good chat.
See you on the other side. Welcome, everybody, to the penultimate episode.
Of season one.
Of season one.
Of the M&T podcast. We're not going to be gone for long, but we will be gone for a while.
But this is the last episode of season 1 at our home.
It is, and so today we've chosen to come out into the garden. This is the area out the back. We've done at least one pod
here. We've done one here, yeah.
That gets the very last bits of direct sunlight.
So you've got that right now.
And so those on YouTube, it's quite hard to film in these sorts of conditions, so I think I'm like glowing like I'm some kind of angel, and you're in the depths of the darkness of hell.
That's pretty much a true representation of our partnership.
I think so. If you took a screenshot now, that is M&T all over right there.
Me in the dark.
You in the dark, me in the light. We are the yin and yang, the devil and the angel on people's shoulders.
Wowzers.
Who do you think out of the two of us would be a good influence and a bad influence? Who is the worst?
I think maybe not too long ago it would have been one way round.
Right.
And I think it's switched.
Do you think since moving to Ibiza,
it's switched?
We have swapped roles?
Yes.
So I'm now the angel.
Bullshit. Open a drink if I need to talk about this.
Yeah, I think it's an accidental subject starter. So yeah, I mean, like, if we were characters on people's shoulders, who plays what role?
You're now the devil.
Do you think I'm a bad influence, or do you?
I just think you're devilish.
Devilishly handsome.
But this week, guys, by the way, we are not on the rosé.
No, we're not.
We are on the Prosecco, because that's what was cold and in the fridge.
There's a bottle of rosé in the fridge.
No, there's not.
Isn't there?
No, there's
two. Where's that gone?
There's two. We had that last week on last week's pod.
Oh. This is my first drink since last week's pod.
Yep.
We've done a week dry.
We have. And it's been boring as fuck. No, I'm joking.
It's been boring, but I've lost 2 kilos.
I know, it's been really good.
We've had a very healthy week.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. But you're still the devil.
I am sorry. I won't point this
Don't
at you.
point that at my face.
That's not a good thing to say on a pod. Stop pointing that. Oh, get that out my face. Oh, sorry, love. Cork, that can go in the collection.
It can.
And
Love a cork
where's your
collection.
glass?
Mercy.
So this is a Moniato Prosecco, 1887. I don't believe that's the vintage. I believe that's when they decided they just picked a year and put it on the bottle. It says absolutely fuck all about it on the bottle.
Here's the thing about Prosecco. 6 or 7 years ago, they allowed red grapes to be put into Prosecco. I don't know. I want to say.
How does that work?
Listen.
I'm listening.
So now you can have a rosé Prosecco, but obviously they've been growing the grapes over the past however many years. And I don't know what type of grape it is, and I wish I knew what was coming.
I wish
here,
you had the whole fact.
I know, shit fact. But now
We've been
pink Prosecco exists.
You've been able to have pink champagne for a while.
Champagne's not Prosecco though.
I know, but it's all grape,
Cheers.
isn't it? So cheers. No, we did this last week, didn't we? So you have to go. Oh,
Oh, that was good.
that's more like a gong than a glass.
Oh God, gong ceremony. Here we go.
So anyway, back to the original subject.
Devil and angel.
Devil and angel. So you believe that
You're now the devil.
in Dubai, I was the angel and you were the bad influence.
You were the angel because you didn't have time to do anything else.
I didn't have time to be irresponsible.
Now you have loads of time to be irresponsible.
And so I am.
And so you are.
So there you go. But for anyone who is visiting or who has visited, or just there you go. You know who is going to be the person
I'm
that's
far
going to.
from boring.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, let's not like bark up the wrong tree here. Let's not assume for a second that Tiflar is a dry
No, let's.
preaching
Because,
vegan.
guys, all I do is sit in my office and work. Like, I am a good egg. I am wholesome and pure and angelic.
From Monday to Friday.
Monday to Thursday morning.
From Monday afternoon
Monday
to
afternoon
Thursday
to Thursday
afternoon.
midday.
Yeah. You're hard-working, responsible, pure and angelic. And for the other half of the week, you're an arsehole.
I'm not an arsehole, I'm amazing.
I think you're amazing. How's the Prosecco?
Bubbly.
Good. I mean, I don't know why in 49 episodes we've never been asked to do an official review of Prosecco or Rosé, but you know, your description there of, yeah, it's bubbly, I think, well, it kind of hits the nail on the
I
head.
like a Prosecco. I like a bottle of Prosecco, which is not a good thing.
That's quite... I don't usually like wine, Prosecco or champagne, really. I don't like anything that that is fizzy. So I don't like fizzy wine. I don't like Cava. Because usually I can have a mouthful and I can already feel the hangover coming up.
Yes.
But this is quite sweet and
Yes.
is not like sharp like some Proseccos and Cavas can
There's
be.
a difference between the DOC and the DOCG, which is what you'll see on bottles of Prosecco.
Right.
One is drier than the other, but I don't know which is which. But this
Wow,
is a DOC.
you are full of the half facts.
I know. Yeah, I know. I think that's what the DOC
What else do
and
you
D-
know 50% about? Do you know what I feel I know a good amount of, but nowhere near enough?
Space. World War Two.
World War Two.
That's that meme that goes around Facebook, isn't it? It's like you can choose one of these three things
Men do.
to be a man.
Yeah.
It's like
Men get
World
to-
War
I
Two,
think it's the meme-
gardening, or barbecues. You are a triple threat.
Well, this is why I'm pretty special.
You are
Like,
pretty fucking special.
like if you're looking for a man that has a vague amount of information about World War Two, is mediocre to quite good at barbecuing, isn't too bad at keeping a garden alive.
Do you know when they say about Mars?
That's then there you go. I tick those boxes.
It's like not master of all trades. No,
Jack of all trades,
Jack of all
master of
trades.
none.
I think that's what you are then.
So I'm not.
Distinctly average.
I'm not great at any one thing.
No, you're mediocre at many things. How do you feel about that?
I feel. Do you know what? I feel alright about it.
You feel mediocre about it.
I mean, that kind of sums that up, really. Do you know what? If sitting in my garden in Ibiza drinking Prosecco with my wife talking shit for our 49th podcast is you're pretty mediocre at everything, I'll take mediocre.
Yeah. If this is mediocre, I'll take it. Because you have to put effort into being exemplary.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure to maintain it as well, I feel like. It's,
yeah.
Like, no one wants to be that...
with distinctly average.
No one wants to be that special for, you know... Well, some people do, but I call those attention seekers and therefore arseholes.
Brilliant.
It is mosquito season, so anybody who's watching us and is wondering why do the guys keep waving around, we've done we've sprayed ourselves with our anti-bug spray, and we have got 2 very pretty, but they are practical as well as, you know,
that's like me.
Beautiful. Yeah, these plants are a metaphor for you. You're going to finish that glass.
You
so
poured half the amount that you had in your glass.
I was being polite and couth.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't know we were topping our glasses to the top.
No, you poured half of what you poured into yours into mine.
Half of what went into mine went into yours.
I got less than you got.
God, one with the words. Anyway, we're sat with beautiful looking flowers, but these are actually citronella flowers.
Yep.
Or they do what citronella does.
But that mosquito that we did just wave off didn't come near us. Because I have basically stuck my head in that plant before we started the podcast.
You're good at repelling
people.
Everything, really.
Yeah. Well.
I wish there was such a thing as a human repellent spray.
I think that's I think there are people. I think
that's called not washing.
Yeah. And also being a prick.
Yeah. It's the one thing I'm most nervous about as this pandemic comes to an end is that social distancing is no longer legal.
Oh.
And so people are going to be near us.
I think didn't I put a meme out the other day about hugging?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a hugger. Well, that's great because I'm a don't fucking touch me. It's funny again. This is where you.
certain people.
Yeah, I was going to say this is where you are a little bit of you're a bit of a contradiction because you say you're not a hugger, but with certain people you love a hug.
Only certain people though.
It's similar to, I saw a meme I think yesterday. I see quite a lot of them about sort of introverts and extroverts because I'm an introvert, and it was a meme about that. It was like you say that you think that I'm quiet and reserved, but with the right people you can't shut me up.
That is true.
So that's if you think I'm quiet and reserved, it simply means I'm not comfortable
that's
around
your
you.
Fault.
It's your fault, not mine.
I quite like that.
So yeah.
Do you think you've changed since you've moved here? Not as like an introvert, extrovert, just in general. Because here's my train of thought.
Go for
sometimes I do have to.
You jump 3 questions ahead.
I have to cycle backwards.
Yeah, okay.
So we were talking about Devil and Angel and about how we've switched, which is a joke, but kind of not really. And then we moved on to being an introvert, extrovert. But I'm wondering whether you think your personality has changed a little bit since you've moved to Ibiza, got out of a 12-year career with a global conglomerate.
I think I probably have changed a little bit, but I think in a way that I was already changing, and therefore it is what made it feel like it was time to go on to something new.
Yeah.
So, as you say, I was a big aspect of my life, a big chunk of what made me was the job that I had, the career that I had. So for 12 years, very corporate, polished, kind of positive, kind of yeah. I mean, as people think of Apple, that's what I represented for 12 years of my life. And I think I did just start to. I felt like I was starting to. And this is the thing I love about our life here is that things are just as good even if they're not as well polished and perfect and corporate and stuff.
Yeah.
So things that go alongside that is I'm sick of bullshit as well. I just don't have time for bullshit.
And you can see it quite clearly.
Yeah, and I think I'm earlier to call it out now.
For sure.
Whereas, again, living in the world that I was living in and the career that I had, you're always finding ways to appease.
Make a shit sandwich.
Make shit sandwiches. Find the positive, appease people. Don't don't rub people up the wrong way, you know, like everyone's a customer, everyone's a client, everyone's an employee, everyone must be happy. And I still believe that. I think everyone should be happy, but I am very quick to now go, well, this won't make you happy, so maybe you just shouldn't do it.
Yes.
And I think that was the sort of thing that was starting to creep into my sort of mentality at work, is I stopped the corporate spiel with team members, even customers as well. I was a bit more hard-hitting, straight to, like, just let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
And that, in that world, can work very well or can not work well at all. And I was just like, I just don't feel as if where I'm heading to, in a world where I don't have time for bullshit anymore, it was part of the reason why it was probably time to call it a day.
Fair enough. Yeah, when you start, you know, effing and blinding at customers.
Well, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
I'm kidding.
But like, as you can imagine, in that world, it is all about pleasing the customer, pleasing the employee, and things like that. And of course, I still would do that. But it was just simple things like if someone was complaining about how much they hate Apple and it's ruining their life and my business is going down because this device is doing this, I started to get to the point of going, well, just don't use Apple anymore then. Like,
yeah, I don't think you should work for Apple.
But it literally just did get... That's the advice I would now give people. If you're in a situation that isn't making you happy or you think it's a detriment to you, why are you still doing it?
Also,
Quit it.
they were being a Karen anyway. Their business is not going down because of one iPhone isn't working.
And 9 times out of 10 it's because of what they were doing with the device. And so,
I used to love when you told me little things like, yeah, this person came in with water damage and said that they hadn't been in the sea with it, but there was pictures on their phone.
Their wallpaper was them like scuba diving.
Yeah,
and they're like never been near water.
The latest pictures in their camera roll.
Okay, so you're a person that's never been near water, so I assume your scuba diving and deep sea fishing hobby that you have, you never take your phone with you. And there's
funny. And
it's little things like that where I just started to just get a little bit fed up with bullshit, really.
Bullshit. So you think you've changed?
In short, yeah. I
the
think,
change was coming.
I think I feel a much more real version of me.
That's nice. That's really nice.
That in short. How about you? In what ways do you feel like you've changed? If you do think that you've changed.
I don't know if I have.
I don't know if you have, really.
And that's not a bad thing.
Not at all. I loved you there and I love you here.
Oh, that's nice. I just think, like, because I've always I've not done this whole, like, career thing and I've flitted about and I've done what I want. Like, if I didn't like a job after 6 months, I left and I chose a completely different fucking path if I wanted to. And I've always done that, really. My longest job, I think, has been 3 years in a job, in one job. And then I sacked that off.
Well, you started the job you're in now while we were still in Dubai, so you had that one consistent, like the one thing that wasn't going to change, where I've gone from A to B, you've always had...
Yeah, but that was only a little time before we started. Like, I only just had my, like, website renewal, 1 year website renewal.
Only just now?
Like, 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's a big deal. So you've been doing it for a year?
Yeah, like a full year properly when I've made my own website and stuff. So that's fun. But yeah, I don't think I've, like, hugely changed. I think I maybe am a bit better at maybe readjusting my work if I want to do something. Or, like, actually, like, letting it go a bit, maybe, and not being so harsh, which sometimes goes too far the wrong way.
You're still learning balance, aren't you?
What do you mean? I'm totally balanced. I've worked out 5 days in a row because I skipped 3 workouts last week.
I do, and I think in much earlier episodes we've talked about this. I do still love that. I know that I help you with that.
Yes, you do.
I almost do still feel there's that sort of people leader kind of managery kind of person that I was really good at in my job. Is, you know, I don't manage you and I'm not your manager or anything, but I like that I'm able to sort of support, give advice, point you in different directions or make you think slightly differently about things to help you and make you more productive or happier. Ultimately, that's all I really care about. If you're working too hard, I just tell you it's time for a break, and it's non-negotiable. You're having the break.
Yeah,
which is good. That's why we work.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's your week been then?
Trying to think what we did.
We have
What's
been
happened this
on
week?
the fucking ball.
Honestly, I'm so proud of myself and you. This week we have smashed it out the park. We said it last week on the pod. We're going to just do a good solid week, potentially 2 weeks.
Did we say it last week?
Yeah, because we were saying that like
we just went a bit nuts, didn't we?
Well, we had a bit of a wobbly week or two, I think, where
we had some fun.
We were just enjoying friends and barbecues and things and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're still doing that tonight. After this, we're going out for dinner with some friends, and really looking forward to that. But this week, we've done properly well at
it's literally head down. And do you know why it is? And what helps me is that I've got this end goal. We're checking into Pikes less than a week away from now.
Oh, this time next week.
And
all that hard work will be undone.
No, it won't be.
Mine will.
Having that end goal it's like having something in the calendar. It makes you feel better. Like if it's a holiday or a dinner or just like the slightest little activity, always have something in the calendar because it gives you something to aim for no matter what your goal is. Whether it's like get your work done so you can do this, or get some workouts in so you can do this. I find that really helps me. And my coach has been the same, and because obviously birthday week got a bit messed up because you got sick. The whole villa stay, like the weather wasn't great. Like it actually wasn't a break for me. No, it didn't feel like a break for me at all. And that was at like 22 weeks, 23 weeks into a diet. Yeah. So now I'm at week like 27. So really, I have not really had this break that I needed.
That's coming up.
And so now it's like it's coming. Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm like so close, and I'm like this tiny bit away from 10 kilo weight loss.
I hit that.
Well done.
I've hit that this week.
Oh, that's so good. Well done.
Yeah, proper milestone.
Oh, I need it. So I kind of need it this week.
You'll hit that.
I will. I'm sure I will. So that 10 kilo weight loss, and then cocktails.
It's crazy because like if I look at us, and I think people who know us and people who watch and stuff will never have looked at us and gone, oh, they could do with losing that amount of kilos. Like,
pick up a 10 kilo weight.
We've always been fairly happy and healthy kind of active people.
I did have a few chins at some point.
Well, no, and this is the thing, you only realise when you look back. I looking just at me right now, I'd be like, well, like I'm a bit better than I was. But yeah, literally in the last week, I ticked over 10 kilos of loss.
Congratulations.
Since the new year.
That's really good. Well done. I don't have any drink.
Thank you very much. Oh, let's top you up. But the weird thing is, and this is where I think it's important that people do often take the moment to look back and see how far they've come, because this week, sort of, I'm looking and I'm going, okay, like a big push because I want the next thing and I want to get to that next point. Like I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, well, if I put a bit more work in, I'll get that better or that better or that better.
Well, you tried on some shirts literally this morning.
Yeah, that I've never worn.
Never worn because they've always been too... But they fit. And you're like a smidge away. Just a smidge. Yeah. But like I thought they fit absolutely fine. Yeah. But you obviously want to feel
I think there's still a bit of mental in that as well.
Oh, for sure. Like I've gone through that so many times. It takes
you longer to mentally accept what size you are than actually physically you are.
Yeah, because I questioned buying something in small the other day. Yesterday at Louise.
Yeah, you bought...
I questioned buying a small.
You bought a dress similar to you're wearing now.
Yeah, I just wear my house dresses. I'm such a Spanish woman.
Just my house dress. You bought house slippers this week.
I bought house slippers, I bought a house dress. But anyway, yeah, I always question what size to buy. I never think I could be a size 8, but I actually am in things. And yeah, that is a mental struggle because I always go to a 10 or a 12. And a 12 would drown me a little bit now. And
of course it would.
It is a mental thing. It really is.
Even if you physically know you can fit into a certain size, physically you're comfortable in that size, it takes longer mentally for you to accept that you're in that than it does physically.
But like last week I wore that dress that I've not worn in a long time, and I'm about to try on like outfits to take to Pikes and stuff, and I'm quite excited because I've got this whole summer wardrobe thing that's all on the smaller side because I bought it when I was smaller before. And so now I'm just like, I'm ready to try it all on, and I'm going to be and I think it'll all fit, and I'll just be like, oh my god.
We've done really well. And this week this week we've said like we wanted to. We've done really well for nearly 5-6 months now.
Oh, of course, it has.
But this week has been a particularly good, positive, solid week, and next week will be as well. And then this time next week.
we check in on Friday, so see you later.
Well, there's one more pod to come from us.
I think we record the pod when we check, like, on that day.
I don't think we can wait much longer, because it could end up just being a
Because I just think, I think it'll be quieter that day, and we might be able to record somewhere good. Like, I do want to try. I'm maybe going to message some of the guys this week at Pikes.
Just see if we can
have a little spot. And see whether there's, like, a spot, because we have to figure out, like, sound, because if people are... For example, if we were in the pool table...
It's going to be too loud.
That's too loud.
Yep.
So we do actually want to be... maybe in the garden.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
that's
in
where,
those, like, hand chairs.
Dawn's podcast at Pikes, she used to use the garden. So you get a little bit of background noise and sort of the general chattering of noise from up at the pool and up at the hotel, but which is nice to hear because you'll instantly recognise that's the sound of Pikes Hotel. But yeah, maybe the garden.
Yeah, we'll scope it out when we get there. I'm very excited, and a lot of people are excited that we are going and doing a pod again at Pikes. So
it's the last one of the season.
Last one of the season. We better make it. Please send your questions.
Start getting them in now.
Get them in now. We always jot them down in a note and have them ready to go.
Make them random as well. Make them about Pikes. Last week's episode, Tiffler, with your random questions that you were throwing.
That was great.
They were great. I've actually written down a few of my own of the similar nature. So when we get to question time, we've got some belters. But get thinking, people. Send them through. It's the last pod of the season. You're not going to hear from us again for a few weeks.
I haven't figured out what we're drinking yet.
We'll think about it this week.
Or also, please let us know what you want us to drink. I'm sure you can find the Pikes menu online.
I don't know if we've said, but I think we might have just very quickly in passing. It's our anniversary while we're at Pikes.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason we're going.
That's why we're going. So on June
2nd,
which is I can't remember when. Is it the
June 2nd is the Tuesday.
So it's a few days after we record.
Yes, but we're there for our anniversary. That's the whole point.
For example, if you were at our wedding, send us through a question or your favourite memory.
So it's 3 years, right?
3 years since the big day at Pikes, and there were some great people and there's some great stories. So I would love for people who were there to send us through your memories of that holiday, that week, that day. What's the favourite thing? And let's share some of the memories, because it's our anniversary pod. It's the last pod of the series. It's episode 50. It's at Pikes. It should be epic.
It will be epic. I think it will be a longer one.
Yeah, because we're just not going to look at the time, are we?
Well, no, absolutely not. We'll just keep it going. It'll be fun.
It will be.
So in short, we had a good week.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. I've literally not. On Monday, I was in a space where I just wanted to plan my whole week out, be really regimented. We basically copied and pasted food.
Yeah, which we've done.
So we had a really healthy week that hit all of my macros really well. I have worked out every single day, and I've caught up because I was behind because of my gallivanting in the previous week, and I should then finish my block of workouts, which is 5 weeks of workouts, by the time we leave.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Big achievement.
I've been putting my lifts on my Insta story a bit.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know why, actually. I record them to send to my coach so that she can check that I'm doing things right. But I just put them up because sometimes, I don't know, a lot of people like to see it. And also, I feel strong.
Well, then show it off, love. If you've got it, flaunt it. You've got it. Right, I'm going to reset the camera.
Okay.
All right, Tiffler. I have just got off of a FaceTime with my family.
That was a long FaceTime.
It was. It was nearly 2 hours.
I do not talk to my family. Oh, hold on. When was the last time they called me on my birthday, I think?
Well, if they're listening, there's a
That's
hint.
the last time my family did a FaceTime.
You ladies need to go. Anyway, it had been a while since I'd FaceTimed with all the family. We during all of the lockdowns, we got into a good habit of weekly Zoom meetings, which included my nan, God bless her. Then for her birthday in March, we all got together and bought her an actual iPad because she had some other tablet that was just terrible. And surprise, surprise, we're all Apple users.
Shocked.
So we were like, listen, the best way that we can help her is that we give her a device that we all know. Anyway, so we had the first one in a long time.
Yes.
And typically what happens, we have a very good chat. Then my nan, I genuinely think my nan just gets bored of talking to us. She's always got something else to do.
She had guests, I heard.
She did have guests.
I went for a siesta.
Forever the host. Forever the host. So anyway, my nan drops off of the FaceTime, and so it turns into just sort of me, my mum, my dad, my sister. And a key aspect of our conversation today, which I made a note as we were talking about, and I thought I'm going to discuss this with you as well.
I'm literally worried.
Was things that have an impact on either the look or the smell of your wee.
Oh, you were talking about bloody... Why is this a conversation?
I don't know.
What did we talk about last week that was in the gutter?
If I had to have this length of conversation with my family, I'm going to have it with you as well.
What was last week's conversation that was in the gutter?
Can't
Farts.
remember. It was farts. Well, this week it's wheeze.
You were talking about puffs. Some
well,
type
it
of
started
puff.
with... We were talking about taking multivitamins and things and stuff, and how Barocca has... the impact that we all know. Visual effect on one's wee.
Yep.
Then got talking on to other things that have an
Everyone
impact
says
on your
asparagus.
So this is it. I want you to list things that have an impact on wee.
Asparagus.
See?
Beetroot.
See?
Pineapple.
Apparently so. Never tested it myself,
Yeah.
but apparently so. Kidney beans.
Oh, do they?
Apparently. Which now makes sense because my mum, and she's going to hate me for this because this is going in the pod, she openly expressed to us as a family that she has chili wheeze. And she says that apparently having chili con carne.
Yeah, I understand what chili is.
Well, you know, she's not just eating chilies.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Apparently has an impact on... Sorry, Mum, but
I
it does...
hate this. This is not... I don't like this conversation.
Well, my question, not only to you, but to our dear listeners, does anyone else get impacted by chili con carne?
Wow.
Because we all were in shock, and we're like, Mum, you're on your own on this one.
We've had chili for the last 2 days.
And has it impacted your urine in any way?
No. This is all right. I'm done with this conversation.
One that came up, sugar puffs.
Yes, that was the puff thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But also, like, are you just talking about foods? Or are you talking about, like, when you go out?
Well, what else has an impact on your weight?
No, like when you go for a night out and you drink all night and then you're just, like, super dehydrated and it's, like, horrendous.
Like a sludge.
Oh, no, let's stop. I'm done.
Anyway, you've done well there that I think we talked about that for 3 minutes. We probably had a good half an hour conversation.
Thank God I went for a nap.
But the great thing is my sister brought in my nephew who's 10 and was like,
geez.
So as you can imagine, he's fucking dying with laughter because, you know, his family...
Asparagus.
That's, yeah, the obvious one.
I didn't say that before.
I think you did.
Oh. Sorry.
Is that, you know, the
Just
people in
shouting
his family
vegetables.
that he looks up to the most, the responsible adults in his life,
We're
and we're like,
talking about
Dylan, let's talk about the smell of wee.
This is not good. I don't like it. Let's not. This is not going in the title either. I'm not having it.
Nothing about wee in the title.
No, I'm not having it.
I did then
just
very
call it sugar
quickly.
puffs.
I did then quickly ask them if there's anything that they wanted to ask on the pod.
Yes, I heard you say that. I didn't get any answers.
My dad has stolen a question from a very well-known married couple who host a podcast that might be called Bonked, Spoused and Pissed Off or something like that.
I think you can say it.
I'm not advertising their pod any more than it needs to be.
It's a great pod.
It is a great pod. Anyway, Shag, Married, Annoyed. Apparently in a recent episode of theirs, and I thought, when my dad said, you know, you should ask this, I thought, I shall.
Uh-huh.
Because I think it's one that you'll like. Apparently they discussed if you could be any household appliance or like piece of furniture that could come to life like they do in Beauty and the Beast.
I'd be the wardrobe.
Why would you be the wardrobe?
Because she's fabulous.
No, this is the thing. This is the important thing to remember. You don't have to be one of the characters out there.
I will be
You can be any household, maybe one that they didn't have. You could be a flat screen TV. I don't think there was one of those in the castle.
I don't think so. So now I'm literally mentally walking around our house and seeing what I fancy being.
Yes.
I also think of their use.
Yeah.
So they still get used as what they are.
Yeah, but their
Don't
character also kind of is represented by, like the wardrobe, for example. She's very loud and she's big, and but then when she becomes human again, she's the singer and she is loud and she is big.
So who am I? Oh,
So
who
I think
am I?
You like, who would you want to be?
Oh, this is tough.
Well, have a little think, love.
It's difficult because I'm like, oh, maybe I'm the fridge because
you're always full of food.
I can house alcohol. I don't know, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I want to be like.
You could be the bar, and therefore
bar.
you're
so
always.
I'm almost like that's like a host.
If there was, my thought is, but the host is Lumiere. Isn't he? He's the candle.
Yeah, but we don't have a fucking candlestick, and you said that it's different to what is actually in the castle. So if I was that bar in our house, imagine that coming to life and being me as a host, as I do on our barbecues, with all of the alcohol, my big ice bucket, not this little piddly one we got here today.
No, this is just our part-time one.
That's a plant pot. Like, yes. I think I'm the bar.
I think that character would always be half cut. It would always have hiccups.
Hello. My wrist clicked when I had to move my hand then.
Oh no, you old goat.
Yeah, I think I'm that.
You'd be the bar.
Can I be that?
So you'd be a tipsy
barman.
bar host.
Bar person.
Bar host.
Fucking barman. I don't care.
Okay, nice.
What would you be then? You must have thought about it.
I haven't really. I don't know. What
you would be the barbecue.
I'd be the barbecue.
You'd be the fucking barbecue.
Yeah. Just bring me your meat.
You bring the food, I bring the drinks, together we bring the merriment.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You'd be the bar, I'd be the barbecue.
I want to be a
bar. I mean,
bar.
literally, that represents what happens when we have people round at our house, is you just keep plying people with alcohol.
Yep.
I just keep plying people with meat. And together, we create a lovely little
atmosphere.
Ambiance.
Fantastic.
Good
That's
question.
That's a great question.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Always.
Do you have any questions?
I have a few. I will have to quickly find them. So
Okay,
maybe
no
you
problem.
have a drink while we're waiting.
Yeah, I'll have a little drink. But let's maybe start question time.
Question time.
Why do you do that every fucking minute?
Man Tiff's question time.
I have 3 questions.
Okay.
I believe. Would you like me to just get mine out the way first?
Yeah, if you want. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can
3,
go after.
4.
Let me go first.
And then I've got the random ones that I've
got one about the check-in to Pikes.
Okay, go.
And it says, it's from Corrie.
Oh, I had one from Corrie, I'm sorry.
And she said, Tiff, are you packing for your holidays like you normally would? In brackets, new pants, too many shoes, too many clothes, etc. I'm like, that's a great fucking question, Corrie, because yes, I am. I bought new pairs of shoes. I've bought new things and stuff. I'm trying on my entire wardrobe to pack for Pikes. Because six nights at Pikes, like, I'm going to need some outfit changes.
Here's a question for you.
Day and night.
What do you think you will pack too many of?
Outfits. Because I wear the same thing. All the time.
Just entire outfits?
No, bikinis.
You'll pack too many bikinis.
And I'll wear the same one the whole time.
I will pack too many sunglasses and watches. I'm thinking I'm going to take 4 watches.
4 watches?
4 watches. And I'm probably going to take 4 or 5 pairs of sunglasses for a 6-day holiday.
Oh shit, yeah. Sunglasses. I will basically probably empty my just entire sunglasses drawer.
It's crazy. Like, it's a staycation. Let's be honest. We've got to drive half an hour. We're not going that far. We're driving at most half an hour down the road. But it is, because it is for us. It is a proper holiday. This for me is the holiday that we haven't had.
I have told all my clients I'm out. My out of office will be severely on. Severely
fully on.
I'm going to turn off my email notifications and I'll check them like twice a day, and I'll have maybe not like set times when I check them, but I will check them when we have a downtime, it feels like it's going to be a proper break, and that like what we said earlier about the gym and getting to this date and doing this, that, and the
But
other.
I think it's really worth remembering that we initially booked this to be our first week on the island when we moved here. So it was supposed to be...
A year ago.
A year ago. It was supposed to be get to Ibiza, have a week's holiday, so allow us to have that blowout that we needed and experience Ibiza as we're supposed to experience it, and sort of just be excited about the fact that we got here. Then settle into the moving
moved to
here.
Ibiza, yeah.
And we never got that. We
we
went
didn't.
straight into the we're here, find a house, move in, do residency, sort all of that shit and all that admin.
Yes.
And so, if anything, it's sort of there's been a 12 months of this built up kind of need to have this little holiday. So yeah, I'm gonna fucking enjoy it.
We did go to Pikes a couple of times last year and do like a one night stay and things like that.
Yeah.
But that was kind of on a whim.
It was also cold. It was during the
It was
autumn.
freezing cold. Like, yeah, I was really cold.
It's all about this week.
I'm
no
ready.
pressure or anything, but this is going to be one hell of a holiday.
We're either going to die
Or die.
or die. I did have one of my clients like in Dubai, and she was like, "You're staying at Pikes for basically a week." I'm like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Will you die?" I'm like, "Maybe once or twice."
Well, yeah. I mean,
You'll die because you have terrible hangovers.
I do, and so we are pre-downloading dinosaur films on a laptop, so that on a hangover day, if I do just need to die in bed and watch dinosaur films, I can
There
watch
will be.
dinosaur films.
I think there will be 2 days. I'm putting on 2 out there that I will be by the pool by myself.
Yes.
So if anyone wants to join me, if anyone in Ibiza listens to this, and wants to join me for a cocktail,
There's going to be
then
at
please
least.
do.
I'd say probably. I think I'm going to have 2
I think 2
bad hangovers.
I think 2 bad hangovers.
I'm giving myself that.
You're allowed. Oh, so now you're allowed that.
Are you going to stop me?
Nah, probably not. I'll be fine by the pool by myself. I'm sure I'll make some friends.
We plan to make friends.
We do indeed.
Like, it's a lovely little hotel where
Friends can be made.
friends can be made.
Indeedy doody. Okay, next question. This is from Diane Brooks. And it's, have you got any plans for a trip to San Antonio?
Yes, Diane.
Yes, next week we go to
In
Pikes.
fact, actually, part of our Pikes visit, we're going to do
San Ande.
some days where we just walk into San Antonio, because the Pikes is just, it's a 10-15 minute walk outside of town.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk into town. We do actually want to keep our walking active, because we do
move.
we walk every day, we work out every day. Now, we're not going to be working out, but we do at least need to
I'm
sort
going
of
to take my skipping rope.
keep moving and sort of get walks in. So we're going to do a walk into San Antonio and do some of our San Antonio things,
Because
a sunset and
things
some
are
of our
opening.
favourite little
Mambo,
places.
I think, will be open. Sorry.
Yes, I believe it
Butt
probably
in
will
there.
be.
Golden Buddha sunset. The sun
Yeah.
is in the right place
We've
now.
got friends there as well, so we want to go and see them.
We've
And
also got a barter at the ship, and they say they're opening next weekend.
lovely.
So we can go
So
to
we've
the
already
ship.
we've already got a bar tab.
Are Wolves playing over that week?
The season ends this weekend,
Oh,
love.
thank
It's done.
fuck for that.
You've got then about 2 or 3 weeks, and then the Euros start. You brought up Wolves.
Oh no. Can I have
Nuno.
a drink before you start
Nuno left
talking,
Wolves
please?
yesterday. Well, announced that he's leaving, and so anybody who understands
Are
football...
you in mourning?
I am a little bit. That man was a god to me.
So, what are the rumours on the replacement?
You wouldn't know the names, so I'm
I
not going
don't
to bring
give a
them
shit.
up.
Is Ibiza getting busy from Diane Brooks?
Yes, yes, it is. There's been
So many European tourists.
there,
Huh?
I've seen a few posts from other people on Ireland that have sort of looked into it. There's 400 flights landing in the
400
next
flights
week.
this weekend.
This
Yeah,
weekend.
This weekend.
So there
How
are flights
fucking
coming
lovely.
in. There are flights coming. There are people coming in. British people. I do apologise, but there's a lot of EU countries that are they're already coming and doing as they please and coming in and having a great time
because they're in Europe.
because they're part of the group. But the UK is joining the list. Sort of as we speak, things are getting better.
Yeah,
and
Monday
stuff, so.
rules change, and you can get into Spain without a test, I believe.
Yeah.
But But you still got to have the 3 tests going back, which costs on average £450.
Well, and this is the thing that at the moment I think a lot of people...
Sorry.
Listen, right? There are mosquitoes around. None of them are landing on us.
Well, maybe not you.
Okay. Yeah, this is the thing at the moment is Ibiza and Spain has said, British tourists, you're welcome. We're open. And British people are obviously going, brilliant, excellent, I want to go. But the UK government at the moment is still going, oh, it's on the amber list. We really recommend you don't. And we're going to make it difficult for you to do so.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, I've read this today. Portugal, that's on the green list, has a higher infection rate than Spain does.
I don't... Right.
I think it's political.
Everybody knows that they're trying to keep tourism in the UK.
Yes.
That's not political, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Basically,
why is that classed as political?
Because it's, well, they want to encourage, spend your money here.
And that's politics.
Of course it is.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, then it's political. Everybody knows, that's the conversation on the forum at the moment, is like, they're just trying to make, like, 450 quid. How much can that get you in the UK? So much.
Yep.
They could get you a week's holiday in an Airbnb.
And you could have a lovely time.
So that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to...
Which, in a way, you can't blame them. But I almost wish that they'd say that. If they were saying that alongside,
they haven't said it in so
look
many
how
words.
great the British tourism can be, I'd almost have more respect for them of going, cool, you're really, really pushing British tourism. Great, I respect that and I get it, but you're giving people the choice. Instead, they're kind of pretending that Spain is dangerous, when actually, if you came to the island now, we've got lower, like, there's nothing going on here. Like,
yeah, we've got a really good kind of incidence rate, and it's really, really low. I saw a tweet, and it was someone had to do an emergency trip to France, and, like, obviously they had to get a test to go to France, but to leave France, the test was free in France.
Yep.
And then they had to do the 3 tests when they landed in the UK, £450.
It's ridiculous.
And like, it was basically said, who the fuck is regulating this? What is going on? How can this be true? Luckily, in the Balearics, tests can be no more than €75.
Yeah, they've capped it.
They have capped it, which is fantastic, which is good. And some hotels are even including it, or at least having the service where they come to the hotel and do it for you. You don't have to go searching. They've made a partnership with
to encourage tourism and make it simple, make it easy, make it...
Yeah. There's, like, Beach Star in Sanam Bay, they advertise it quite well that they'll have someone come and do the test. Yeah. And also it's saliva tests here as well. You don't have to spit in a cup.
But in short, yes, Ibiza's getting busy. There is a noticeable difference in the amount of people here and the amount of tourists that we see, which is great because more places are open, more people are around, and there's just a better vibe, and it's really starting to pick up. So it is a good sign for later this summer when more and more people can be here as well.
And they announced the lineup for Amnesia closing.
They did.
Which is the only lineup announced, because that's the only date announced. They've announced the closing and they're going to work their way backwards, which is fantastic.
So at the moment, we know that Amnesia's open in October.
It's from like, what is it, from like 6... Did I say it was from 6 p.m. or did I say it was from midday? Anyway, it's like from mid-afternoon to midnight and then midnight to midday. So there's daytime party, nighttime party, into daytime party. I'm ready for it.
And that's in October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, things will happen. Things will happen.
Of course they will. Did you have one more question?
No. Oh. Yeah, it was Ibiza getting busy. That was it.
Okay, cool. I have a question here from Keely. What's the first place you'll go on holiday once you're able to easily fly in and out of Ibiza?
I don't class the UK as going on holiday.
Well, I think exactly the same. So we've already got a trip to the UK booked.
Yes. So we've got tickets to Moulin Rouge. We
do have tickets to Moulin Rouge in the West End.
Ready for it.
In December. So that's booked.
That's the advent calendar.
Yeah, you're such a bitch.
That's like 8 days of advent sorted.
I hate you.
I love it.
You need to make sure that the other days are fucking epic.
All days will be epic. It's my advent calendar.
So yeah, we do already have something booked to leave Ibiza and come back. But I'm with you in that as much as going, we're not going to be working there, and so we are kind of off. I just don't see UK as a Holiday. It's a lovely trip,
So
and
where
we
are we
get to
gonna
see
go
friends,
that's
we get to see
tropical and
family.
lovely? We want to go to Bali next
We
year.
do want to go to Bali, and I honestly, like, we talked about it last week because we were asked, like, when's your next trip back? But I do honestly, like, Dubai is on my list. It's kind of
Well,
like
that's on the way to Bali.
it is. But I do almost feel like that might be a very future, sort of soon in the future holiday as well, or at least to pop by.
We've got to
there.
go to Canada at some point.
Canada's on the list. We will do it at some point. We have to. So yeah, there's a few places. Technically,
We're on holiday.
we
No,
left Ibiza last week. We went to Formentera.
Oh, I was like, where the fuck did we go last week?
We went to Formentera. We left Ibiza last week.
We did.
We are allowed to
Also,
do that.
Ibiza some days does feel like a holiday, so it's quite nice that we're in a place where if you take a whole day off, it's quite pleasant.
It feels holiday-ish.
It feels holiday-ish.
All of that helps in that there's no real incentive to leave anytime soon.
Yeah,
People can come to us.
I agree.
We'll look after you.
Wholeheartedly, I agree with that.
We've got a tipsy host and an open barbecue.
Hello.
Like we're happy to host.
Yes.
And yeah, Ibiza's better than anywhere else.
It's just better.
So good question, Keely.
Thanks, Keely.
But we don't really know when our next holiday will. Well, our next holiday is to Pikes, and that's down the road.
Less than a week to go.
Interesting question I have here from Apple, who is a girl that I used to work with at Apple. Truth teller or secret keeper? That's all she said.
Ooh, that's deep, Apple.
I thought that was deep. Truth teller or secret keeper?
I think I am both, depending on the situation.
What you're saying is that you won't always keep secrets.
Oh, for sure.
Other people's secrets?
Depends what the secret is. That's not fair.
You'll keep your own secrets,
I'll keep
but
my
you
own-
won't keep others.
No.
that what you're saying?
Hold on. No, you're putting words in my mouth.
This is why it was
Stop
deep, because
doing
my
that.
initial thought when I read that
You're literally
was
putting words in my mouth.
about other people.
No.
It was, so I read that as...
I read that as myself.
See, I read it as other people.
Is that
So I
because
read it
I'm
into it as,
misogynistic?
do you just tell the truth to people? Are you a truthful and honest person? Are you a good secret keeper? Like, do you keep people's secrets and they're like...
I saw it as... I saw the first bit the same. Do you tell the truth to people? Or do you keep secrets? Your
Okay,
secrets.
yeah.
Not other people's.
Very interesting question.
Oh, that's a whole pod. Truth teller or secret keeper? I am probably more a secret keeper, but it's not like when you say secret, there's a lot of things. That's a wide range that spans across many things.
Yeah.
It's not. It might not be a secret,
Sometimes
but
being
you're
a
keeping your feeling a secret.
Sometimes being a secret keeper is a great thing. Sometimes
so
being a secret
interesting.
keeper is not a great thing.
That question is too big for this pod.
It is. Well done, Apple. I'm very proud of you
What
for
do you
coming
think
up
you
with such
are?
a...
I do think I am different.
I am a very good... I think I'm a very good secret keeper for other people. Like, if you confide in me in
confide in
something,
you.
if people confide in me in something, I genuinely believe it's safe.
Do you think people can confide in me?
I think, oh yes, absolutely. I think a lot of people do confide in you. You tend to be sort of a go-to mentor-y kind of, I can rely...
Oh, that's
but you do
nice.
though, don't you? There's a lot of people that, if you're having this kind of shit going on, it's
I guess I
worth
don't
reaching
see it
out
like
to
that.
Tiff.
Yeah, I guess I don't see it like that, but maybe.
You rarely do see it in yourself, but a lot of people do reach out and talk to you and rely on you and
Yeah,
stuff
I
because you
guess.
are a trustworthy and to go right back to the beginning of the pod, I think I've become a better truth teller. I think I'm much
Yes.
more upfront.
Yes.
I used to bottle things, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said at the beginning, like I just cut through bullshit now. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
If there's shit going on, let's just talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, agreed. That's a
Let's just
really
bring
good
it up.
question.
I loved it. I
Really
thought it was
good
really
question.
apt.
Thanks, Apple.
So yeah, great question. Diane asked, "How's the grapevine doing?"
Well, I thought that's where we were going to film today because it is blooming quite
do you know what?
well.
Season 2, episode 1, we will do it at the
Heard
grapevine.
it through the grapevine.
I don't know when that will be. Hopefully, it will still be as good as it
It's
is
not going
now.
to be like next winter.
It's doing very well, Diane. There are mini grapes. There are many mini grapes.
Many mini grapes.
I'm just hoping that they really sort of blossom and grow and stuff. When we moved in almost a year ago, there were already bunches of grapes, but they'd sort of been left to dry and rot and stuff. So
maybe that should be the start of season 2, the day we moved in, a year on. Or is that too close?
It's too close. I need a little bit more than
a
couple of weeks off.
Okay, sorry.
Because we are approaching
Maybe
a
we
year.
do a vlog that day then.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
a
okay
good
with.
idea.
Yeah. No, we're going to take
Good
a little
idea, Tiff.
Great idea. Alice asked a question.
Oh, go on.
This is one of the ones she asked actually a week ago, but I didn't ask
yes.
because your questions were too good. If you had to make a cocktail and it's named after you, what is it?
Well, then I would just do a tiffin, because tiffin cakes are delicious. So if you could turn that into a cocktail, it would be sweet and sumptuous. Yeah, have you ever had a tiffin?
I actually don't know what a tiffin is.
Oh my god!
What's a tiffin?
It's a cake, like, from the bakery. You go to the bakery, you get a tiffin.
You're still not explaining
it's like,
anything.
Oh yeah, because I can't really explain what a tiffin is.
Come on, it's a tiffin.
It's a bit
you
like
eat it.
It's almost a millionaire's shortbread crossed with a flapjack crossed with a brownie. It's a bit of everything.
Do you know what? You had me at millionaire shortbread.
I know I did. That's why I started with that one. So make that into a cocktail. You've never had tiffin?
No.
It would be a tiffin.
Okay.
I'd basically just put cake in vodka.
If you had to make a cocktail that was called the Tifflar.
The Tifflar.
What's in the Tifflar?
Probably vodka. It would be vodka based, I think.
I think it'd be fucking dangerous, whatever it is.
Vodka
it's going to
based,
get you
but
wasted.
it might also have like Prosecco in it. I think a juice. It wouldn't be a light cocktail.
It's
It'd
not
be
going to
heavy
be.
as fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna knock you sideways.
It's going to be heavy.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? That's the Tifflar, because the Tifflar is synonymous with just like. It's kind of your alter ego, I think.
Oh, okay,
The
really?
Tifflar. Yeah,
Is it like my drag name?
It's your character.
If I was a drag
You are,
queen.
because the Tifflar, the fact that it starts with a the only other
pretty
people
sure
that have that is...
you're the only person that calls me the Tifflar.
People get it though.
Oh, okay.
We have
understood.
friends and
Got
family
ya.
who know exactly what I mean when I'm like,
Tifflar.
the Tifflar. The only other person in the entire universe that I think has a name that starts with the is Hulk.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's the Hulk, and then there's the Tifflar. So it kind of already gives you an idea about at what level your character of Tifflar is.
Bulky.
Bulky, kind of angry,
Green.
green. So what's in the cocktail so far? It's vodka,
So we've got
Prosecco,
vodka,
and some kind of
Prosecco,
juice.
I'd probably an orange, but maybe an orange and pineapple, bit grenadine.
How are you turning it green? I think it needs to be green.
I don't want it to be green.
Okay.
I don't want a green colour. I don't really like the colour green. I think it needs to be, when you put orange, pineapple and grenadine together, it needs to be that colour.
Brown.
No, it's not brown.
That's
it's
brown.
red. It's like a tequila sunrise.
So it looks like a tequila sunrise.
Yeah, I think that I would make it's a fizzy tequila sunrise, isn't it? Because of the Prosecco. So it's vodka, Prosecco, juices, with like on a porn star martini, your side shot.
Yes.
I would have a side shot of yerbas.
Oh my God. Not to go in it.
No. Just
It just comes with a shot of yerbas.
Comes
like
with a shot
that.
of yerbas.
That's good. I like that.
I need to make the Tifflar now.
Well, I think you might have to.
Fantastic. I love it.
Do you know
What's
what?
yours?
I don't know where to start now. Yours is so good.
Yours would be an old man one. Like a what do you like to drink?
Old fashioned.
An old fashioned. Yours would be like, something in a rock glass, and it would have an orange peel garnish.
Yeah.
And it would be brown.
Yeah.
Might be quite sweet though. It needs to be a sweet
This is
one.
it. I love an old fashioned. I like just drinking
Old man drink.
neat spirits that are brown. I like to.
Rum
But
based.
It would be rum
Pirate.
based, obviously. So it's something piratey.
Yes.
I don't want it,
Piratey.
but you know, sometimes
Not
when
with
you
a
have
juice.
piratey or you go tropical or something, it has to involve like I don't want a juice.
No, you don't want a juice. You
I
want
want
a rum.
it to remain brown.
It might just be a neat rum.
Do you know the my favourite rum to ever drink neat is from Tiptree Jam Factory.
Christmas
It's their
food.
Christmas pudding rum. That with just a couple of cubes of ice in a big glass
I would drink that neat, and I don't drink
is
neat spirits.
glorious.
Fantastic.
So it's not really a cocktail. Maybe I'd put like a dried orange.
You're a simple guy.
Maybe I'd put an orange dried slice that's had like a charring in there with it to make it more cocktailish. But I'm quite happy. I'm very simple. I think what we're showing is that you're a complicated and you need many ingredients, and I'm happy with one.
And that's why we are the yin and yang, blah, 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 whatever you said at the beginning.
That.
Of our relationship.
Yeah. So.
That was a good question also.
Last question. This one came from Corrie McBay.
Hey, Corrie. How
was the San Jordi market?
Oh, we went today to said market, and it was very good.
Yeah, we went to a market in San Jordi. Nice big market. It's not too much of a hippie market.
/ car boot sale.
Yeah. Well, how was it?
It was good. I bought some clothes. My wardrobe is changing to be more hippy dippy, which I love. Just more simple. Like I've got like 3 silly house dresses now that I just put on when I get out the shower.
There were people walking around that market wearing what you're wearing now, though.
Yeah, true.
And just they have that with a pair of cowboy boots on, and they're happy as Larry.
Bought some nice boots.
Like a pig in shit.
I bought some nice boots. They were lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And I'm really happy we went. And it was a lovely morning we had.
It was. So yeah, San Jordi Market. Massively recommend that. Like we've actually said, now that we've experienced it and realised it's not actually like a touristy market. It is actually, there's car boot sailing.
It was so
like
busy though.
So busy. But a lot of people just, I mean, to a degree, some people are just selling tat. But it does also mean there's like €1 bargain buckets where you can just pick up a t-shirt for €1 and stuff. And we said, when it comes to, I just feel like I need one new item for my wardrobe or something for the event we're going to next week or something.
Well.
We'll head over to that market, have a wander around, maybe just pick something up. Instead of going into town and going to the shops and stuff, we'll go to the market first.
Sure.
Local business.
And also, like, the versus going to Las Dalias or something like that, like, a dress at Las Dalias would be like €40, €50, whereas the same thing at this one was 10, 15. Yeah. Like max 20. Like, it wasn't bad at all. And so, yeah, I definitely want to go. I could have bought so much today. I really held back.
I actually do.
Really held back.
Kind of think you need to go on your own.
I know, because I'm conscious of you waiting around.
Well, I do a lot of waiting around. Because you go into every single...
I like to look at things.
And that's absolutely fine. But I go into man mode, which is, cool, I'll stand outside and wait.
Yeah, which I then feel puts me in a rush.
Rushes you. Yeah. So I think you need to go again with a budget.
Oh, what?
With a budget. And but even if you set a €50 budget, you could come back with loads of
so many things,
like random bits. But they feel authentically Ibiza-y.
The 2 bits I bought today.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
You just bought some hippie trousers and a hippie skirt.
Yeah,
and
I loved
you look great, but they're actually comfortable. And wearing them around here, like everyone's wearing shit like that. So
yeah, I'm happy. Like I said last year, I want to switch my wardrobe up a bit. Ready for it. Cool. Love it.
Cool. Well, that was the questions from the peeps, and that's
good timing, because we got to get ready.
We've got to get ready, and we're going to go out for dinner. So, we've already said it. If people are still with us now, then thank you for sticking with us. You're thinking of an emoji.
No, I'm thinking that it's just tipped over an hour.
It's
and I'm
okay because we reset well before that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was thinking of an emoji, but maybe just. We had Prosecco. Do the little champagne glasses.
The champagne. Let's do the champagne glasses and or bottle, whatever.
We'll take it.
But really, really important, as we head into our last episode.
Oh, please.
Send us through questions, memories, stories, anything that you want to hear on episode 50 that is Pikes related, our wedding related, or even just random shit.
Because it's going to be like a roundup. It's almost like a roundup episode. It's going to be longer. We're going to talk about more things, and we almost just want to like almost make it about people that have listened and read out memories and read out things that you enjoy about Ibiza and stuff like that. So please, we have our email address. What is it, Matthew Charles?
vm&t podcast@gmail.com.
So please send through things on email, on DMs if you've got our socials,
comments on YouTube,
phone number if you have our numbers.
If you have it, we're not going to share it.
I think mine's literally in my Instagram bio. But yeah, send us through everything. We're going to collect it over the next probably 6 days, because I think we will record on Friday. I think
Yeah.
that's the safest option.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we really, really want to hear from you. Please do it. If you've thought about messaging us before and you
Over the
haven't
last 50
in
weeks.
49 episodes,
You've had a year.
this is your time.
This is it.
We are calling you out. Message us. We're so excited for next week. I'm very excited.
Are you kidding me? We're going to be at Pikes. I'm so happy.
Ready.
In the meantime, though, let's get ready to go to one of our favourite restaurants on the island. We're going to go have burgers and wings and nachos and mac and cheese and beer.
See you on the other side then.
All right. We will
Okay.
see you at episode 50. Bye!